Greetings, y'all. It's your Knock Peter Mata, and welcome back to another Golf Stories podcast. I'm, of course, joined here by PGA Tour caddy Derell Adden, once again back. It's been a couple weeks. Derell, what's up, man?
It's been a minute. A lot of things been going on for sure on your side and my side. This week definitely is week 4 out of a 4-week stretch. It might even extend longer in the next couple of weeks. We'll see how it goes, but at the end of the day, it's all good.
Yeah, busy stretch of the season and busy time just in general. A lot of people traveling, of course, myself, coming back from Europe and everything like that. So it's a little late pod, but we're just, we're trying to fit it in anywhere we can, So
we're still doing a weekly pod. I think that goes to show we're still doing something every week.
Yeah, forgive us. But we're just giving you your thoughts, recapping the past couple of weeks, that pretty much the whole little PGA Tour DP World Tour series, and then we'll jump in and talk about the 3M that Daryl's there, and it's already halfway through. They're going to go to the weekend, him and Grayson Murray, so that's
woohoo! Let's go.
Always a great thing, So we'll jump into that in a bit. But I guess starting first with the Scottish Open, Xander Schauffele. So again, we didn't get any picks right, but like the names were there, just shuffled in a different way. I had Schauffele for the Open Championship. He ends up winning the Scottish Open. Very similar win to his Travelers win, where it looked a little dicey in the middle, but then he ended up taking control late. So any thoughts about the Scottish Open, the first time it's a PGA Tour sanction as well?
I think ultimately golf is whether a lot of controversy or not, golf is in a good place. I think it's, with the Scottish, I love that whole, combination. I mean, we've seen it in a smaller side, in the Barracuda and the
Barber Soul.
Barber Soul.
Yeah.
So you had some of the DP guys there, and honestly, I'm all about it. I was skeptical at first because it's new. Definitely love that those guys get to come over and we get to join. And like I said, I think it's healthy for golf. Golf is a world sport, right? So it's I love it. I think at the end of the day, it's a win-win for everybody.
Yes, indeed.
So in regards to the Scottish, I mean, Xander is just an elite player. I think he is what he is. I think it's just he's just adding trophies to his collection. I think sky's like a lot of the guys were talking like, what does he do? What is he elite at? I think he's pretty good at everything really, but I think where he excels is his wedges. Like his distance control, from 100 and 120 and in is just elite. And he's definitely, above average when it comes to putting as well. So when you get a guy like that, and I just talking about it with other guys as well, like say if he's out of position on a hole, he'll lay up to his number and get that up and down more often than not. So I think that just Xander, the X-Man, is just very good at golf.
Doing exactly what we expect him to do. Kind of like finally, like the lid is off.
Yeah.
3 wins this year. And shoot, I was expecting even more, obviously, with my open pick going with him. Didn't quite show it there, but I mean, shit, 3 wins in a season is nothing. He won the JP McManus as well. Might as well add that to the trophy. And speaking of his wedge game, very similar to his up and down at the Olympics last year, making that up and down to win. It's definitely, I love his swing. Everyone loved his swing. It's so, laggy and everything like that. And it definitely produces those nice little short game shots, those nice little wedge shots, and, just pretty much above average to great everywhere else. I mean, he makes it look so easy. So it's no surprise that he's adding to the trophy case. He just needs that major championship like we keep talking about. But
right.
He's doing what he's supposed to do. I will give a good shout out. I remember Kirk Kitayama was in contention there. He was really tenacious and, showed a very good tournament just like he did at the Honda, I think, earlier this year. And then a newcomer, I want to say J.H. Kim was up there. And
he's playing here this week.
Yeah. I think, is that Tom? They keep calling him Tom.
Yeah. He accepted temporary membership.
Yes, indeed, because he loves Thomas the Tank Engine. How can you not? That's a shout out to the childhood there. But yeah, he made a great run of it there too. I think he finished third, I want to say, but he had a putt to get to 6 under, to stay at 6 under and kind of put the pressure on. But like you, I was excited to see this whole new rendition of the joint alliance between the tours, and I thought it was a success.
Yeah, I did too.
It was cool to see the Scottish Open and kind of an elevated stature. So definitely cool to see. I guess as moving on to the alternate event that week, the Barber Soul, you were there. I guess what could you talk about?
I mean, it was the weather was bad. We played one round. We ended up withdrawing after the first round. Not the play that I was wishing for, but we needed to regroup. We regrouped going into Barracuda, played 2 days, but a lot of good things happened there to move forward to this week that I think can hopefully be on a trend moving forward.
Gotcha. Yeah. So the Barber, there was like a good bit of like you could feel the DP World Tour presence along with the PGA Tour.
Yeah, I think, like I said, seeing those guys for 2 weeks in a row, it definitely made that presence felt. And again, there's a lot of good players on that tour, so it's just it definitely is a little bit different because we played each round or each tournament. They everybody's mixed, so we got to play with a DP guy in each tournament, so you could just kind of see how the games are a little bit different. They definitely like to hit a lot lower. Compared to the game here is just high and let it go. So it definitely, they had to do some adjusting to, our type of game as well. And especially like when it's wet, it's a whole different ball game, here, because it just plugs and it just goes nowhere. So the run factor is not there. So
yeah, especially if it's a wet week, like Barber.
And then also like at Barracuda, the elevation is just way, way different. So in order to get the distance, you need to hit it high. So if you don't hit it high, you're not getting what the elevation would, help you get. So, like I said, there's a lot of that. So you could see them adjusting, and again, cool to see.
Cool, different perspective, with different players mixing together and different tours mixing together. So that's pretty cool. It's cool to know that there's a significant, like you can feel it on site. So. As far as the results, Trey Mullinax getting his first PGA Tour win. I actually was watching that a little bit. Him and Kevin Streelman duel it out, and man, he gutted a putt on the last hole. They both had birdie putts, and he just drilled it. So good for him. He's in Alabama. He's a Crimson Tide, so not gonna cheer for him too much. But man, I have to take my hats off to him. That was an awesome putt, and Streelman, a grizzled vet, I had him in the Travelers picks, and at least he's showing true form during this time. So any last thoughts on the Barber Soul, Derell, and Trey Mullinax or anything like that?
Trey Mullinax, he's always been a great player, a good player. Just again, it was just a matter of time for him to put it together. He definitely, I don't know if you remember, like he got hit in the head at like Colonial a couple years back. And so after he did that, he's been kind of like struggling. So I don't know if that was a factor or not a factor, but definitely with him trending and now the winner's circle for him now, I think, sky's the limit. He's a long hitter and again, just does everything, pretty fair. So I think he's a young, talent, just going to always be there.
Yes, indeed. A guy in his prime, who's primed to make more W's happen on this tour and everything like that. So kudos to him getting that first win. We move to the next week after that. Guess we'll warm up the Open Championship. We'll just talk about the Barracuda real quick. Ches Reavie, another old grizzled vet, getting it done. I actually didn't get to watch it live, but I just checked the highlights out. Man, 16, 17, 18. He grinded it out to get that 1 point win over Alex Noren, who also played awesome sauce. But you were there too, Derell. I guess thoughts on that or anything like that?
I think there's definitely a little bit of an advantage to a guy that doesn't hit it as far. And I think Ches, fits that mold. And when it comes to like, there's so many adjustments because like, again, me and Grayson struggled because there was a shot that he hit 8-iron 220.
Jesus.
You know, so it's hard to club that, right?
Yeah.
So when a guy doesn't hit as far, I think you're a little bit more, you know, you could be more precise, especially with the wedges. The wedges is the hardest part. And so if you fly it low, fly it high. And one fun fact I will share about Ches is he bought a meters book that week, and they just use their meters because it's basically 10%. We're playing 10%, you know, all week. So he just basically bought the meters book, played it like yards, and, you know, kind of like basically took a shortcut in the calculations to where, you know, me, you know, we're, you know, adjusting 10% and win. And, you know, so whether or not that was, you know, everybody was talking about at the beginning of the week, but obviously it paid off.
Damn. That is actually a little shortcut.
Yeah, a little shortcut, fun fact. And so they just kind of did that and walked it off how they walked it off and then went from there. So, you know, big ups to Ches, great player. Again, just very, very sneaky. And it's his third win. And he's, you know, it goes to show how good he really is, even though he's only won 3 times because he's been out here forever.
Yeah.
So, and the consistency. So it's just a matter of time for, again, like I said, he's just always in position and he got it done last week.
Indeed. Yeah, I still remember him being like Retief back in the Canadian Open back in the late 2000s.
Yeah, 2008 or something like that, right?
So, you know, he's been around. He's been all the way since like, the prime Tiger era. So, you know, the guy knows how to play. He's been the Korn Ferry Tour Player of the Year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
back in the mid 2010s. So, kudos for him. Yeah, get another W on the belt. He certainly deserves it, and that's pretty cool. I mean, I guess I've never really played in elevation like that where the percentages mattered that much, but I will to actually like put that in my back pocket. Use the meters book, you know, use the meters on your scope.
Yeah,
you know, I think that's pretty cool little advice there. But yeah, really, I know you love the Barracuda in Reno, so really awesome. And again, stable forward, something different. Always nice to see.
And again, also, I don't know if we've talked about this. I might have forgot because we've been, you know, the Barracuda was my first PGA Tour event I ever caddied in 2015. So I ended up, we only played 2 days, but I ended up talking with the caddy master that's still there. And he's like, Derell, I remember it vividly. And so we talked about 30 minutes after we left there. So like, it was good to, you know, talk about how it all started and here we are today. So it's kind of cool.
Yes, indeed. Playing a little catch up. And at a good golf course, I keep reading some of the comments. People love that golf course, Old Greenwood.
You know, that area, that Truckee area is a hidden gem. There's a lot to do. They have activities there, and it's just a sight to see. So if, you know, Reno is not as much of a sight to see unless you're into casinos and gambling, but definitely from the views and, you know, that Truckee Tahoe area is very nice if people get a chance to visit.
Yes, indeed. It's a low key, nice spot. I've actually never been. My cousins always go, but I have to check it out. It always looks cool on TV. So shout out to Reno, shout out to the Barracuda Championship, Ches Reavie, getting it done. It's all come to this, as the signs have said at the Open Championship, 150th Open. It's time for us to talk about it, Derell. I witnessed it firsthand. I was there Wednesday and Thursday, man. So it was just an amazing event. What I guess first thoughts on your boy Rory? I almost picked him. He almost got it done, dude.
He's I think he has a little bit of, you know, fire in him about, you know, just with all these things going on and just trying to prove himself. I think he's just reignited the flame and passion that he's had. I think he's lost it a little bit the past couple of years, but I think his passion is up there again. I think he wants to, you know, contend in majors, win big events. So it's cool to see that. And at the end of the day, like, I didn't catch much because we were busy doing our thing also and then the timing of it all, you know, in the West Coast. But the highlights that I've seen with Cam Smith, he's just, I mean, stats show, like, in general, like, as a whole, he's not the number one putter, but he's the number one putter in the world to me. Yeah, just seeing how he did in that back nine. And again, like, the wins that he has this year is just unreal and elite. I thought Scheffler was number one in the world. I'm putting, you know, I'm jumping ship and going to Cam Smith.
Yeah, it's tough now. That's his third win this year, and, you know, got that Players, which, you know, everyone's to the major event, you know, that, you know, Scheffler doesn't have another major, or he does have a WGC, but none another major event like that. So it's going to be tough. I guess we'll see them duke it out in the FedEx Cup playoffs if they get there. I mean, with Cam Smith's rumors swirling. But as far as the Open Championship, man, it was an amazing. It was everything you would want and more as far as viewing. From my perspective. So of course I've been to Pebble Beach, and always going to Pebble Beach. There's like this dreamlike element to it, and at St. Andrews and the Open Championship, it's very much the same, kind of a dreamlike. And I think kind of an added element to it is kind of almost like a reverence. It's like, man, this is literally where the game was invented, and how many times in sports do you really get that? I know we say like Lambeau Field, but football, I don't think football was invented in Lambeau Field, but it's kind of that same type of
the
reverence that you paid. And you definitely feel it there. And it was rock hard, as you could see on TV. It was firm as hell, and the grass was tight. So I can definitely see you needed your ball striking, which Rory and Cam Smith definitely had, and the reason why they were up there. And it just, luckily we got lucky with the weather. It didn't get too rainy, but it was just a nice, like, chill breeze, which is completely different from what it is right now in Louisiana. It's like 100 degrees and humid. But yeah, it was a very, very cool experience. And just like the US Open in 2019, I went to, they had this big shopping center that had just gathered so many lines. They call it a queue over there in the United Kingdom. So that was cool to see. And just like it's in this whole village, basically, where the spectators can sit and watch this big screen and eat concessions and whatnot. And also they had this little thing, this golf zone thing that I did a little bit of the simulator action. Got to show off,
Yeah, of course.
Why not? And if you're a true golfer, you have to step up and swing it a few times, show what's up. So I almost beat it. There was a 304 mark or whatever for longest drive on the simulator. I think they rigged it, and I lost it by one. But just a really cool experience all the way around. And it's my first time in the United Kingdom. So just awesome. Scotland, the people there were very friendly. Sunny Dundee is where we stayed. We're just about 30 minutes away from St. Andrews, and it was just a crazy experience to be over there and kind of just get a feel for the whole place. And yeah, those are memories I'm going to cherish forever. I got to see Tiger too. So one step closer to my Tiger Slam,
Right.
Got Valhalla and Augusta. Hopefully Tiger will be there when I go there. So just awesome. I can't say anything more about it. It was an amazing experience. As far as the actual, winner, Cam Smith, I mean, what can you do, man? What is he, 5 straight birdies to start the back nine?
Yeah, he just played. He just got outplayed.
Yeah, and that putt on 17, that up and down, 2-putt, it's ridiculous. I mean, like you almost had a feeling like, oh, dude, he's gonna make this. I mean, it's 15 feet, but he's just gonna jar it, and of course he does. Yeah, he's just been nails all year, and rightfully so. I mean, it makes sense. The guy with the best short game is going to win at, the Open Championship at St. Andrews. But yeah, Rory played amazing all week. He didn't lose. He finished third. Freaking Cameron Young came in second and played awesome too. So shout out to him. But yeah. Anything else, Derell, that questions or anything like that, or thoughts?
I mean, it was just cool to see St. Andrews, everything. Like I said, the thing that I see, I think obviously Tiger being there definitely, made movement and headlines. And so that was cool to see. And so we'll kind of see how Tiger is moving forward. Obviously, with the interviews and reports, he says he isn't done. So that's exciting on my end too. But we'll just kind of, take it for what it is and keep moving forward.
Yeah. Whew, on that one. Cause there was rumors swirling, and you know what? He actually looks, I feel like he's been working just so hard on his health and everything, because he actually looks better than he's ever, as far as physically. He's limping less, and he looks normal. I think he just hasn't, he looks rusty as far as his game goes. Like he hasn't worked
Yeah.
on it as much. So it's a shame he didn't play well, but at least he's there. And, I hope to see him we hope to see him a lot more, just a couple of times more, just to shake the rust off and, maybe make another run of it. But, awesome sauce. John Daly was there. I saw the John Daly Bryson group. That was cool. Ernie Els made a run of it. It was cool to see all the legends of the game kind of, they really wanted to make this one, and, and they actually did. So it's a week definitely to remember for a lot of reasons. So I guess, should we turn the page to this next week that we're already in? I guess we shall. I'll go ahead and do what I normally do. I'll slap the 3M championship logo, the number 18. That's an awesome 18th hole, by the way. I really do love it.
It's diabolical for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's very diabolical.
Risk reward,
Yeah. The risk sometimes is not worth the reward.
Yeah, exactly. And like guys like Matthew Wolff, back in his first win back in 2019, took the risk and got the reward on that one. But then also, guys like Ricky Fowler, I remember last year blowing up on that hole. So the 3M Championship, Minnesota, Twin City, TPC Twin Cities, Arnold Palmer design, Tom Lehman design. It's actually not, it looks open and it looks longer, but it's only like 7,100 I was reading. So, of course, Derell is there and can attest. What can you tell us about this course, Derell?
The rough is up. So fairways are huge premium. If you're hitting the fairways, you can kind of attack because it's not as long. And the wind's up. The wind's up. Yesterday, it was more windy yesterday than it was today, but the wind is still definitely a factor, and club selection. And again, 18 today was both today and yesterday, different wind, but they're both in the in category.
Yeah. So
it's definitely hard. And again, very diabolical. And, Hideki struggled and he withdrew this week. So like I said, it's even the thing about it is the layup is not even easy either, because if you go over these bunkers, it's a certain angle of the green, and if you stay short, it's a certain angle of the green.
Yeah.
So like if you go over to be shorter, like the green depth is 39, and then if you stay shorter, the green depth is only 31. So there's a lot of factors, and as a caddy, I'm definitely the first day is really the only guessing day for the most part. But then the next, like today, I have to walk off. Yesterday, I walked off for today. So now I have a better, idea, even though we're on these different angles.
Yeah.
So, that's because they normally have a dot for the next days, and typically I'm 50-50 normally when it comes to pacing it off. But when it comes to like this, 18 specifically, you definitely have to walk it off and not trust the, how they give it to you.
Yeah. It's definitely makes you think, this last hole, like we were just talking about. And I like the course, honestly. It's got a lot of character. Got a lot of water.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of water, and it's in play. And when the wind's there, and if you're not on top of your ball striking, it's definitely a challenge. And like I said,
visually intimidating.
So it's a good test this week, honestly. Like I've grown to like this place. So it's definitely in good condition, and they treat us amazing here. From the hospitality, the food, everything. It's elite here.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, no, it seems like it's a good tournament. It doesn't have the greatest field, I guess, because after the major, of course.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. It just seems like a solid tournament, and the rough looks very juicy this week. I did see that.
And then 18 too. The struggle with 18 is, even if you go for it, the rough long is really long. You
don't have anything to chip.
Yeah, so it's hard to chip. So like. And then you're facing the water on that chip. So depending where that pin is, like you could easily, leave it in front of you, go long. So it's you have a lot of decision making going in that hole. Luckily this week, the past 2 days made it easier because we hit it in the rough and we're forced to lay up.
Yeah.
So we got 2 more days and we'll see how it goes.
Yes, indeed. Yeah. It's a tough one, and sometimes it's better. I know those holes where it's just better, to hit that bad shot, first shot, just take the decision.
Not even Yeah.
Yeah, it reminds me of I know you played it, the Santa Maria, that 18th hole, the longer version of it with the big water right there. So yeah, those holes are they make you tear your hair out. I mean, sometimes they
Yeah.
make you like that one triumph and makes you think you should do it more and more. But
Right. Right.
so but yeah, I really like the course. Uh, as far as I guess the picks, we're not going to do the traditional picks, but because it's pretty much already started. So Scott Piercy is leading right now at 13 under. Emiliano Grillo, your boy,
I
10
know
under,
that is
second
my
place.
boy.
Yeah, so good to see solid names up there. I'll go ahead and just make a dark horse sort of pick, a guy who I think could make a run from way back. They've been showing Chesson Hadley a lot, and I think he's 5 under right now, so that's like 8 back. He's technically tied ninth, but I thought I like the way he's been playing. I think he's a name to look out for as far as running the tables maybe from behind. As far as who I think out of these contenders that could win, I mean, it's hard pressed not to see Tony Finau there and see how he's playing and not pick him. Usually he's a little shaky with the putter. He's been pretty solid. The ball striking's solid still. And he has good, results on the scores, tied third a few years back. So I think, I mean, my Mr. 3000, I think I would use it here if I'm a betting man. He's in a good position, tied fourth, not all the eyeballs on him, 6 shots back. So I don't know. Maybe Grayson Murray will make a run. Y'all are even par. Y'all made the weekend. So
yeah, we got it. There's gonna be some weather tomorrow, so we're gonna try to get after it. Like I said, we got nothing to lose.
Yes, indeed.
So we just got to go try to get after it.
Do you think there's a low one out there to be had, like a 62 or something?
Yeah, always. Yeah, here, like I said, especially based on the weather, I'm guessing they're gonna probably have to play the ball up tomorrow just to be safe. And so they'll play the ball up, and anytime when the ball's up, you have a chance.
Yeah. Yes, indeed. Especially with a pro, man. I mean,
those
guys are just
when their numbers are dialed, it's dialed. It's unreal.
They're filthy. Those filthy animals. I can only hope to replicate them.
Yeah.
I'll try to this weekend. I actually got a tournament, Baton Rouge Open.
Yeah. So, no, that's awesome.
Yeah. I'm just kind of no expectations. The game has been good. I just haven't been I've obviously been away. So, I mean, but I just couldn't pass it up. I'm like, might as well give it a shot. So I did get one good practice day in today or the other day, and we'll just see. No expectations. Grip it and rip it.
Go from there.
Yes, indeed. But anything else, Derell, as far as like maybe stories from Minnesota past or anything like that?
They have this curling thing that they had for for the caddies. I wasn't able to go, and this is my 3rd time here, and I told them I would go. I wasn't able to go, and it just because we practiced late on that day. It was on Tuesday, and for the time for me to get back to my room and get ready, it just didn't work out again this year. So hopefully next year I'll be able to do that. And then this one, it's crazy because the Pro-Am on Wednesday normally has a good field when it comes to celebrities.
Really?
So this week is typically good. Celebrities like to come here like Fitzgerald and Jake Owen. So it's, like I said, this is a really good event that, I look forward to coming here every year. This is definitely an event that, I definitely love coming to.
No, solid. Yeah, I didn't know that. I mean, I get the Minnesota celebrities and it's a good course, and maybe they can do a little.
The only tough part about this one is it's just hard getting here from like Reno. That's the only dice part about this. And
you're
so a lot of people
coming
took
from
red
2 different places. You're
coming from
Reno, a lot of people, or you're coming from UK.
Yeah, so but they had the only difference is that they have a charter direct from the UK, so which was nice.
Yeah,
but this is an event I definitely like coming to, and again, someone's got to win. Yeah,
hey, it's a full field event. It's full FedEx Cups and money, so
all good.
Oh yeah, Masters invite. So a lot's up to grab this week, and it's going to be exciting to watch to see who finishes it off. I don't got anything else, so I guess you guys know what to do. Audience members, y'all been so good and loyal. Please let us know what your your thoughts are. Who's gonna win? Your thoughts on the Open Championship? Rory versus Cam Smith, man. Tough stuff. But you know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe. Your words mean something to us.